Morning all, welcome to the morning after show, the morning after the night before. It's a nice morning actually, sun's out, 8:30, lovely. First moany video for a while, it's sad to say, but not moaning at the team, not moaning at the manager, not moaning at the club, the setup, the ownership or anything like that. We were robbed yesterday, it's the short and long of it. Absolutely fucking daylight robbed. However, we will get to that. So, looking at the starting lineup yesterday, as I said in the pre-match team talk, we knew it was going to be, you know, a slightly more defensive, more pragmatic lineup. Obviously, it wasn't. We weren't going to be going. Oh, thank you. 4-3-3, attack. In the same manner that we might hopefully have a go at Everton next week, or this week I should say. So we had 5 at the back. It was Dubravka in goal, obviously. Manquillo played at right wing back. Matt Targett played at left wing back. And you had a central 3 of Fabian Schär, right centre back. The captain Jamal Lascelles in the middle, and Dan Burn at left centre back. Then I thought we'd have a 3 and then a 2, but it turned out to be a 2 and then a 3. So our 2 in midfield was Bruno Guimaraes, or Guimaraes, however you say his name, and Sean Longstaff. Then you had Miggy Almiron out left predominantly, Jacob Murphy out to the right, and Chris Wood in the middle. How did they do? I thought we did really well yesterday. Okay, there weren't many chances. Any fucker gonna let me out or what? There weren't many chances created, no. However, I thought we were if anything, the better team. We deserved to get something out of that game. Okay, Chelsea had the more possession, of course, as you'd expect them to. You know, at the end of the day, these are a top team with a top manager and top players. They didn't have Thiago Silva. They had a few big players missing, but you know, Kai Havertz, well, I'll get onto that prick in a minute. Kai Havertz started, Mason Mount started. You know, they got some top players. Lukaku was on the bench, Timo Werner started, and N'Golo Kante. Again, I'll get onto him again in a minute. But overall, I thought we were brilliant. We frustrated Chelsea for probably about 85 minutes. We made them look distinctly average. We frustrated them. They would not have come off the field yesterday thinking what a performance. They would have come off the field yesterday thinking got away with that one, or you know, at the end of the day, that's what proves winning teams or champions, if you will, is the ability to be able to play badly and still get a result. However, it does help when you've got the fucking referee on your side. I saw most of the controversial decisions of the game. I had my two children yesterday with me. Obviously, they were watching the game with me, whereas usually they don't watch the game, they're off playing, but they were watching the game with me. So I couldn't really focus 100% on each minute of the game as I usually would, because as anyone who's got young kids knows, they're fucking quite demanding. But the referee, I think is his name Coots or Cook or something, I don't even fucking know. Hang your head in shame, sir. Hang your head in shame. So, fucking hell, I'm going to narrow it down to, there's 2. There's a few more I can think of, but the 2 big talking points of the game, which at the end of the day, rightly or wrongly, have a direct impact, effect, and influence on the game. So first of all, we've got Fabian Schär, Kai Havertz's fucking assault on Dan Burn. Now, I've always been one to say, you know, players getting penalised for elbows and stuff like that. Well, when it's a little one, you know, you can sort of let that go because players need that elevation as they jump. Someone to give them a bit of a boost. That's fine. But when the guy you're jumping against is 6'6", and you know this, and your elbow is up like fucking that, it's not 90 degree. Okay, we're looking at more like a fucking 45 degree angle. And he belts Dan Burn right in the side of the head. I think it would have been on that side. Ugly challenge. Nothing happened whatsoever. Dan Burn was down for a minute or two. He was obviously okay because Kai Havertz came walking by just to see if he was alright, and Dan Burn give him a little fucking "I know what you're doing, son." VAR, it was looked at. Nothing was done. So that should have been a red card. It's particularly in today's game, it's a lot softer than it used to be. That should have been a red card. I think the referee might have had a friend of mine who I was texting at the time, Chelsea fan, was saying, "Oh well, it's no worse than the Mane one a few weeks ago or whatever." Now I didn't see that one until last night. I went back and I had a look. I'm not sure. I think the Havertz one was a bit worse. But anyway, Mane, similar scenario, nothing was done about it, and that was against Chelsea. So did the referee think, oh actually we've got to level the score here, we should have sent Mane off, let's keep Havertz on? And it's a kick in the teeth, because not only should that have been a red card and Chelsea down to 10 men, which would have resulted in us being able to pick them off, or them having to push, under pressure from the crowd, 0-0 later on in the game, having to push, and then we can just counter-attack. But the guy who should have been fucking sent off, Kai Havertz, was the one who scored the goal. And I've got to say, in the 89th minute, what a goal that was. It was a fabulous ball by, it wasn't Ziyech, I forget who it was now, was it Kovacic maybe? Fabulous ball in. Kai Havertz, incredible touch, that was like sublime, on the money, well done. But the fact of the matter is, he should not have been on the fucking pitch to do that. And the second one, in the second half, it was the second half, Chalobah, who was playing like a right back for Chelsea, gets hold of Jacob Murphy. He's yanking his shirt all over the place. Now, quite a lot of the times, these pulling of the shirt is let go, because quite often it's both play. It's 6 one, half dozen the other, which I think is fair enough. They're both doing it. Why penalise? You can't penalise one of them. There's no point penalising them both. Just fucking yeah. And when they both whinge, oh, he's pulling my shirt, well, you pulling his. End of story. End of chat. But with this one, Murphy was dribbling in the box. Chalobah's he's pulling the shirt down, he's pulling it back, he's pulling it forward, he's all over him, and then to cap things off, he shoves him over. Now, I was under the impression that VAR had to, anything that was, a dubious or might be, they had to get the referee to have a look, or that they recommend he has a look. If Jacob Murphy was free and clear, and Chalobah quite clearly didn't touch him, a bit like that Italian geezer, I forget what his fucking name was now, the Italian striker did a few years ago, I was about to say a few years ago, probably about 10 years ago now, where he had a tussle and carried on running for about 20 metres and then fell over. If it was something ridiculous like that, or the old Rivaldo corner flag thing, then fair enough, there's no point looking at VAR. You're an embarrassment, yellow card. But it was 2 penalties and 2, as the pundits say, stonewall penalties in one. And VAR, what? Not even considered. Not even fucking considered. This just goes back to the Man City at St James's Park. Okay, we were never going to win that game. We were shit. They beat us like 4-0. Might have been 4-1. But we should have had a penalty in that game. Edison on on Ryan Fraser, come out and just cut him in half. No, but turn a blind eye. And it was like, are you fucking serious? I know Chelsea are going for a bit of bad mother off the pitch, but there's no room for sentiment in this fucking game. It's like, what is the referee? Does he feel sorry for Chelsea? Are we giving them freebies for nothing? Joke, absolute joke. And some of the play, you know, Eddie Howe's come out in the post-match interview and said, you know, he's pretty much ripped the shirt off of Jacob Murphy's back. He can't understand. You know, it was a red card. Tuchel's come out and said that Newcastle were fouling Chelsea a lot more. It's not right. If anything, we were the more fouled team. The amount of times Bruno Guimaraes was put down or Ryan Fraser. But Isaac Hayden on social media, I know he can probably get away with it a bit more because he's not technically, well, he's not in the playing squad, is he, for the rest of the season? But he's saying, you know what, fought hard against 12 men, which was just funny. It was frustrating because, all right, we hadn't dominated Chelsea, but we played like the perfect away game against a team who are a lot better than us. You know, these are the European champions after all, let's not forget. You know, Chelsea are the reigning Champions League holders, you know, with a top manager and some top players. N'Golo Kante, wow. N'Golo Kante yesterday, I thought Bruno was pretty good. On the verge of saying very good, considering it was only his second start. Bang. Against such a talented midfield for Chelsea. You look at the players they had in the forward areas, midfield and forward areas, you know, like Kante, Mount, Ziyech. Oh, you know, these are some incredible players. And I thought he acquitted himself quite well. However, at numerous points in the game, N'Golo Kante showed Bruno what the Premier League is all about. I wouldn't say he dominated him, but he showed Bruno that this is a step up from Ligue 1, pal, you know. But Kai Havertz, it was just a kick in the fucking dick, a slap in the face that it was him. And it would have hurt more if it was a shitty goal, if it was like a fucking 40-yarder that's going wide and it deflects in, or like the jammiest of fucking jam. But to be fair to him, it was a lovely goal. It was just a kick in the dick that it was him. You know, he shouldn't have been on the fucking pitch. He had the neck to fucking protest. We all know what he'd done. It was nice to see Dan Burn shake his hand after the game. You know, I would have liked to have seen, just for the satisfaction, Dan Burn absolutely end him with a fucking tackle. But then again, you know what Chelsea are like. They've always been a cynical team, probably since the Mourinho days. Dan Burn at 100% would have got sent off for that, because the referee would have gone, oh well, you've been looking for that, da da da. But frustrating day, largely not frustrated day, pleasing performance, frustrating result. I thought the boys did themselves proud. Yeah, ASM came on, didn't really do an awful lot, to be fair, but it was nice just for him to get some minutes in the legs, because we all know he can rip Everton a fucking new one. He did last time. I think it's Thursday night. It's on Amazon Prime, I believe. Goodison will probably be rocking. However, they'll be up against a team who dealt with them last time. And the player, Alan Saint-Maximin, who had probably his best performance this season against them. Lastly, before I go, I just want to address on social media, and I'm probably going to fucking come off Facebook soon, just doing my fucking head in. But it's certain. I'm part of like 3 or 4 Newcastle pages on Facebook. I might just delete one of them, to be fair. Positive team fans only. That's the best one. That's more my fucking flavour. But some of the people like criticising Murphy's not good enough. Lascelles had a shocker. You know, Saint-Maximin needs to be sold. He's not a team player. I'm like, we've just matched for 89 minutes the European champions. We were bottom of the Premier League 3 months ago. Come on. You know, it's people like that who give Simon Jordan and Paul Merson and fucking... Simon Jordan's not too bad, to be fair, but Paul Merson and Michael Owen and fucking mongoloids like that, the ammunition. It's people like that give those fools the ammunition to think Newcastle, Gabriel Bonlahor, the ammunition to spout out that Newcastle fans are unrealistic and expect things and stuff like that. You know, come on. I know we want to build, and I know we want to build quickly, because obviously we've had such lack of hope for so long. You know, okay, in the Premier League, the top division of English football, which is a privilege, but you know, to have such a team supported so well but treated so poorly for so long, I can understand why we want overnight success, but it's a process, it's a project, it's a step-by-step guide. There's a way to do it. Allan Saint-Maximin is an asset to any team. It's unfortunate for him that he came on yesterday and Chelsea knew what to do with him. They got tight on him straight away. They shut down his corridors for dribbling, his little avenues and lanes that he likes to go down. So no, he came on. Did he light the place up? No. Has he played for a few weeks? No. Well, there we go. You know, having not played for a little while and then expected to come on to Stamford Bridge when Chelsea are on a bit of an up, you know, it's a big ask, isn't it? Most of the boys did well yesterday. People who didn't equip themselves well, I can't really think of anyone. People saying Jamal Lascelles had a shocker. Like I said, I had the kids, so I didn't study the game like I usually do, but I didn't think he did too bad. If you want to point fingers, Havertz was Dan Burns' man for the goal, and you could see it. They pointed it out on commentary as well, but you could see it on the replay. Dan Burn is absolutely fucking devastated because he knows. As soon as the ball goes over the top and he sees Havertz, he knows. He's like, oh my god, no. Switched off for a second look and we got punished. But positive performance, Lionheart performance. We just been to Stamford Bridge and made Chelsea look very, very average. That should be the headline, not Newcastle lose. Newcastle's winning streak comes to an end, or Newcastle's unbeaten run comes to an end. Yes, it did, with a little bit of help from the fucking referee. But there we go. We go again. Everton Thursday. We've got a decent record at Goodison in the last 2 years, I believe. I think we beat them last season. Was it 2-1? I think it was 2-1. No, it was 2-0. I believe Callum Wilson scored a couple of goals. It might be 2-1. Why do I think 2-1? It might be 2-0 actually. Anyway, and then the season before was the 2-2 game when obviously we came back from 2-0 down. Brucey put on some defenders, and luckily one of them scored for us. He scored twice actually. The season before, I can't remember. I know the 18-19 season, we beat them 3-2 at St James's with Perez scoring twice, I believe. But the away game, I can't remember. Anyway, the point is, in recent memory, my recent memory anyway, we've got a decent record at Goodison Park. All the pressure's on Everton. I don't want to say there's no pressure on us, but all the pressure's on Everton. They are scrapping for their Premier League survival. We've got a little bit of leeway. We've already beaten Everton again in recent memory back in February. So we know that we've got the tools for this particular job. They look vulnerable at the minute. They're conceding goals for fun. So up the tune. Here we go.